Assalamu alaikum. This is Maheena and I have tuned in from Islamabad, which is also known as the North Hub of Carnelian. Today, I have two very special guests with me. They are the team leads for the next two respective regions. So we have Ayesha Nawab, who is the team lead for South, and Amanullah Hanif, who's the team lead for Central. The reason we're here today is because the last 3 to 4 weeks have been very challenging for us. So we've had to revamp our strategies, look at the market differently, reach our clients differently, and we're assuming that you must have gone through similar feelings and chaos. So we want to just share our perspectives with you. How did we come about to deal with it in a different way? And I have a couple of questions that I'll be sharing with the two team leads, whom I get to interact with more now. So my first question is to you, Ayesha Nawab. Ayesha, since you're looking after the South team and you have a chunk of big clients, FMCGs, energy companies as your clients, how do you think they're dealing with this change right now?
Thank you so much, Maheena, and Assalamu alaikum to everyone. Change से मेरे ख्याल से मतलब अब हर कोई गुजरने की कोशिश ही कर रहा है. If you think about the different levels of change also, right? So there वो जो एक initial हमारा phase आया था कि हम सब denial में थे. यार ये क्या हो गया हमारे साथ और हमें नहीं करना और हम नहीं करेंगे and all of that, right? And उसके बाद we went to a slightly different stage जिसपे हम resist कर रहे थे उस change को. And we consistently wanted to go let's just say back to the original way of working, and we were like अच्छा ठीक है ये सारी चीजें खत्म हो जाएंगी, हम इस वक्त एक momentary break ले रहे हैं and उसके बाद we'll go back to normal. अब हम एक थोड़े से different stage पे आ गए, which is your exploration stage, where we are actually beginning to understand कि okay, maybe there is a different way of working as well. And maybe perhaps we need to figure out newer ways of doing so. So I think our clients as well as Carnelian itself were in the middle of, I would say, the resistance and the exploration stage. Aapka last stage is obviously when you're committed to the idea and when you've started working towards, so to speak, the new ways of working. लेकिन I think अभी हम वहाँ पे पहुँचे नहीं हैं, अभी भी हम explore कर रहे हैं different methodologies and different strategies to kind of gravitate with the same kind of issues that are happening. तो वो एक day to day हमारी चीज चल रही है. अभी भी हम लोग कभी कभार उस completely उसी negative zone में चले जाते हैं where we're just like यार I don't know man, let's just wait for this to pass and we'll get through it and कोई बात नहीं हम चले जाएंगे अपने पुराने तरीकों में. But what we're actually trying to may help our clients understand, also at the same time understand ourselves, is कि चीजें वापस exactly वैसी नहीं होंगी. So we must work towards a constant, a different way of working, so to speak. So like जिस तरह से आपने भी बोला कि कराची में बहुत मुख्तलिफ किस्म के clients हैं. कराची में आप देख लें या फिर सिंध के adjoining areas में आप देख लें, so there's different kinds of clients that you're going to find. We have our local organizations, we have our FMCGs, and they all have different temperaments also. So if I'm just looking at these 4 stages of change, so I would say कि थोड़े उनमें से कुछ इस वक्त रेजिस्टेंस वाले मोड में चल रहे हैं, एंड उसमें जो थोड़ी स्लाइटली मोर एक्सपोज्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं लाइक योर एफएमसीजीज, लाइक योर मल्टीनेशनल्स, दे आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स दैट एक्सप्लोरेशन स्टेज where they have started thinking about newer ways of doing existing business.
Right. So Amanullah, when you look at your region, you're representing the central region of Carnelian. What do you think clients are doing right now? Are they, like as Ayesha mentioned, on what stages do you see them?
Thank you, Maheena, and hello everyone. So as Ayesha said, we've started this project of client outreach, where we try to reach all of our clients and see how they're doing. Because as a consultancy, the best way forward is to first see where our clients are and then come up with creative solutions instead of just going with our old normal and providing the same solutions. So we got in touch with a few clients in the past few weeks, and we're going, and that is an ongoing project. And I agree with Ayesha that some of the clients are still stuck and waiting for this to just vanish and go away. They're assuming that in 2 weeks' time everything will be back to normal. The business will be as usual. But majority of the clients are now after 25 days of lockdown in Punjab. They're now understanding the severity of the issue and the length of the issue. So they have accepted that this is going to last, this is going to take some time, and they're taking precautions. I would like to touch upon a few things that they have said to me in these conversations. this is not a research, a credible research, but these are just buzzwords and touch points that and pulse check that I got from the clients. So some of the fears that I heard from employees are the fear of being let go of, because they know that the revenues are down. Majority of the industries are affected by these. Some are actually doing good in the short run, but everyone will be affected in the long run because the demand will be low. There's the employees are being affected. So there's that fear. Then there's this fear of how to work from home. They cannot understand. We have done a few videos with Ayesha as well. They don't understand the mechanics. Someone is working 24 hours now. Someone is working for not working at all. So that's a challenge. And then there's also this challenge that every one of their family members is at home at the same time, and they don't know how to deal with that. Other than this, there is the fear of virus itself. So we sometimes forget about the virus because there's this working in the work environment. When it comes to the leaders and the companies, they're mostly affected by this difficult decision they have to make. So I was talking to a CEO yesterday, and his dilemma was should I save the company or should I save the people? If I don't save the company, how will I be able to save the people in the future? But this is some decision that he never thought he'll have to make in his lifetime. So it's a huge challenge for the CEOs and the leadership as well. And then what to do with zero revenue? Should I cut salaries? Should I let people go? So these are some very, very difficult questions they are asking now, and they've started to ask each other. So that's the general level, I think, right now.
Right now. So absolutely. So building up on what both of you said, if we even look at, this was our regional interaction, we were coming across similar trends when we spoke to our clients. But if even if you compare it with global research, we're pretty much aligned with what people across the globe are saying. So there was one research that we were just discussing yesterday, a research done by PwC, and where they interviewed about 50 to 55 CFOs from across the globe, and they asked them. So this is very interesting. They did one research on 11th of March, and then 2 weeks later they did another research on 25th of March. And the perception that Ayesha you spoke about, on 11th of March, it was just like 58% were fearing that they may experience a drop in revenue, but this number went up to 80% on 25th of March. Because as we're approaching or moving ahead, we're seeing that right now we don't see an end to this, so perhaps we may have to adapt. Now, coming to the question of adaptation, I know most of us are working on lots of projects internally. So can you just highlight a couple of initiatives that we've taken at Carnelian to deal with this internally and externally? What is something that we've done externally, and what is something that we're doing internally?
Okay, thank you so much, Maheena. And I think अगर थोड़ा सा हम internal की तरफ पहले लेके चलें, of course, even we've had to go for a service, for a professional service firm, थोड़ा सा ये change मुश्किल होता है when everything is pretty much dependent on your clients. So naturally, हमारे clients जिस pace पे चलेंगे, हमारी pace भी उसी से determine की जाएगी. So I think internally what we're trying to do, I think, and all of us are trying to do this in our own respective capacities, is to just make sure कि हमारा वो connect बरकरार रहे लोगों के साथ. And that includes people from different departments, our own teams. I mean, I would just यही मैं आप, in fact, furthering to आपका जो introduction था, I think हम लोग की अब ज़्यादा बातें होने लगी हैं across multiple hubs. Whereas ये पहले होता था हमारे साथ कि हम लोग सिर्फ अपने, अगर मैं कराची में हूँ तो जी मैं कराची की टीम के साथ ज़्यादातर अपनी interaction कर रही हूँ. लेकिन अब ये हो गया मेरे साथ. In fact, if anything, I'm having more conversations with my colleagues in Islamabad and Lahore and Multan. That's what's been happening. And I think that's not entirely bad. I think that's a great thing that's come out of this entire situation also. But at the same time, yes, internally, अपनी teams को भी motivated रखना, उनके साथ maybe on a weekly basis or perhaps twice in 1 week, you have to make sure that those touch points are maintained. Just kind of building from that, हम अपने clients के साथ क्या कर रहे हैं? I think we've all been working on different projects with this huge challenge. Opportunities भी हमारे लिए बहुत सारी निकल के आई हैं. I think I was speaking to one of my colleagues, and वही वाली बात है कि जो change शायद हमें आज से 1 साल बाद या 2 साल बाद करना था, which is to move towards digital offerings and all of that, eventually वो हमें आज करना पड़ा. So of course वो थोड़ी सी एक stress आई है, anxiety बढ़ी है उसकी वजह से, मगर it's also something which is inevitable, because जितना digital पूरा हमारा हम बढ़ रहा है, सारा कुछ हो रहा है, तो we must make sure that we also adapt. So we've come up with different things, all of us in our own capacities. We've come up with online distance assessment centers because of course there were lots of companies जो गुजर रही थी इस प्रॉब्लम से कि रिक्रूटमेंट का अब क्या होगा, नए लोगों को ऑन बोर्ड लेना है, किस तरह से करेंगे, उनकी टेस्टिंग किस तरह से होगी, उनकी असेसमेंट किस तरह से होगी. So we've come up with a methodology for that. Mahina, you've worked extensively on a couple of different outlines and programs that are more suited towards this current context. So we have a stress management program, we have a well-being program. हम मुख्तलिफ किस्म के webinars भी करवा रहे हैं with showcasing all of our trainers, ताकि हमारे बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग हैं fraternity के अंदर that are actually grappling through this problem right now. They feel very stressed out कि यार हम इसको किस तरह से navigate करें, and us being the learning partners, I think it's our time to give back and just kind of help them through this difficult time period. And I think that's what we've been trying to do by coming up with those offerings.
Right. Amanullah, what have you done in your hub? I mean, how do you keep your team motivated?
Yeah, so I would just like to start with a small story. So I was talking to a client yesterday, and he told me how he was attending a physical training a month ago, and he kept thinking about how the scale could be exponentially increased if they had done the training digitally. So they could have included participants from all over Pakistan or even all over the world. They could have included trainers from all over the world, and the scale would be absolutely different from the physical training. And he was thinking about it, that why wasn't the world going towards digital training. And then he answered his own question, that we needed something like this to push us and fast forward us to this new need. As the digital training is very effective and even more effective in some ways. There are some constraints as well, some challenges, but I think the main thing that was stopping us was the status quo, that we were comfortable, everyone was comfortable, the clients were asking for traditional programs, and we were doing those. So it is a good opportunity that we realized. First we resisted, and now we realize that this is the way forward. And I wouldn't say that it's an alternative. I would say it's a completely different offering that has its own challenges and its own benefits. So I think, as Aisha said, our some one thing that helped us in Carnelian was that we don't do we weren't doing 9 to 5 ever. We were focusing on the end results, the KPIs, the measurables and the controllables. So that helped us in this time as well, because we talk about what we have to do and we do it. We don't talk about when we are going to do, or what time do we come in and what time do we leave. So that is one thing that helped us. The second is that the frequency of engagement has increased, as Aisha said, that we are talking more to each other than we were before. So in the past, when we would just walk into an office and talk to someone, but then we also wouldn't set up a meeting, we'll just call someone in Karachi. Now we are doing face-to-face meetings in Karachi and Islamabad and Multan. That's a plus. And lastly, as with the last question, I would also like to touch upon how clients are dealing with this change. So the first thing that most of them are doing now, instead of 2 weeks ago when they were resisting, is they're adjusting their targets. So they know that the revenue will be less, and they're working accordingly. So if you prepare beforehand, you can prepare for expenses as well. So they've readjusted their expectations for revenue for the next 1 year. That is the first change. The second is that they're cutting all expenses other than the essential ones. So whatever contributes to their top line growth or their profitability, those expenses will be there. But whatever is for example, some of them were looking for launching new projects or new investments, so those are on hold for now because they want to ensure that the salaries are there on time. Then there's also this they're using this time for people development. So they're looking for at creative ways. For example, there was this huge reach of the webinar Shireen Appa did, and they want more programs like those because they have the time to work on themselves, and they're focusing on those. I think those are some of the areas. And then there is this restructuring of organizations. So some roles have become redundant in this new reel, and some new roles have come up. So they are going through retraining, and they're one client actually told me that he's investing in an online MBA for all of his employees. So he's using this time to retrain them, the time they wouldn't get in a normal situation in the old normal. So they're using this time creatively as well. So these are some of the things that they're and we are doing.
Right. Thank you, Amanullah. I think you've summed it up perfectly. That's how most of the clients are feeling at the moment. Even if you think about compassion, I see that a lot more now. For example, there's an example of organizations across the globe that were supposed to be there for hospitality, Airbnb, or इस तरह की तमाम organizations जहाँ पे लोग जाके ठहरते थे. But at this point in time, they're using their premises, अपने facilities दे रहे हैं medical professionals को कि वो आके वहाँ रहें. इसी तरह a lot of delivery companies जो usually fast food chains है, उन्होंने उसको change करके delivery पे आ गए, because people can't go out, lockdowns हुए हैं. So I do see a lot of compassion as well. Lack of clarity for sure, but there is great compassion. People are giving back to the society, and this kind of restores your hope in humanity. That I know we're all. This is what we've been hearing: ke money making, profit making, stakeholder value ko, shareholder value ko high karna. But then there are also companies that are doing some CSR at this point in time. How important do you think it is? This is my last question, and then we can just wrap up with our comments. This is, how important do you think it is to give back at this point in time? How should one give back?
Yeah, thank you very much, Maheena. And जिस तरह से आपने ये बात बोली थी, अभी मैंने अपने आपके पिछले सवाल में भी यही बोला था कि it's our time to give back. And अगर इस वक्त सिर्फ मैं कार्नेलियन की बात करूं, then there's lots of our clients, our vendors, people around us, people, internal clients also, जिनकी वजह से we've been in this business for so long. ट्रेडिशनली जब हमें ये लगता था कि यार नहीं, इससे फेस टू फेस और बड़ा इंटरैक्टिव किस्म का हमारा ये बिजनेस है. आई मीन देयर इज नो वे कि वी कैन कैप्चर द सेम एसेंस ऑनलाइन. आई थिंक वी वर चैलेंज्ड a couple of months ago only कि नहीं, we have to start thinking about making this more scalable ताकि हमारा content, हमारे तरीकेकार ये ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों के पास पहुँचे. But with this whole COVID-19 outbreak, I think अब ये necessity बन गई है. We need to ensure that we move towards this new change. And I know that it's not as easy as it sounds. So हमें अपने आप को भी काफी change करना पड़ रहा है, which only means that we are supposed to work with our other stakeholders while we are on this path of change. So अभी भी हम I can't say that we figured it out, all of it yet. But what we are trying to do in our capacities is get the maximum out from our clients, see where we stand, because we work with a lot of different kind of people. So we need to understand where they are at this point in time as well, and just kind of work with them. तो यही कोशिश है कि हम उनसे अपना कनेक्ट बरकरार रखें, जिस तरह से बाकी सारे लोग, आपने भी माहिना भी बोला कि there's a lot more compassion, there's a lot more empathy that people are displaying now. So that is what we are supposed to do as well. हम कोशिश यही कर रहे हैं कि उनकी बात सुने, आपस में वो अपने कनेक्ट jari rakhein, and just not lose sight of the whole picture, because there's a lot more still that we need to figure out, and I think it's a step by step process. आहिस्ता से उसको लेके चलना है और इस वक्त साथ नहीं छोड़ना एक दूसरे का. I think just putting it very
that's
simple.
very true.
So yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. So Amanullah, your parting thoughts, what advice would you leave people watching this video, small business owners, people working at organizations? What would you give them as, piece of advice? What should they do?
So I'll just say what all the clients have said to me. We were also asking them for suggestions for us as well. So majority of them said that focus on the long run. In the long run, the new real things will be different. People will have formed new habits. People know that work from home can work, digital trainings can work. So focus on the strengths of the future and use this time to retrain yourself for the new real, for the new future. But also, as Ayesha said, in the short run, be helpful to others. So I think my philosophy for helping others is that do what you do best and do that for others. And you can offer your specialization to them in this time. So I cannot I'm not good at making face masks, but Carnelian is good at engaging people. So use this for focusing on the issues people are facing right now, the mental health, and what they are going through. Similarly, a singer can do live concerts. HBR is giving out free articles. So do what you do best for others and help them in what you do best. I think that will be the advice.
Yeah, also just like keep an open mind. I think just building on what Amanullah is saying, just keep an open mind. I mean, I understand, and that's difficult right now. It's difficult for all of us. कभी ना कभी हम लोग की spirits गिर जाती हैं कि यार कब निकलेंगे, कब मिलेंगे, कब गप्पे मारेंगे उसी तरीके से दफ्तर में, कब अपनी कॉफी के मग सारों ने पकड़े हुए होंगे और एक गॉसिप सेशन चलेगा, because उसकी बात अलग है, let's just face it. But like I think what makes it a little more easier is that everybody is in this together. And this is where our entire community, the global community even, is coming and has been closer than ever before. So it's just something that we need to leverage. And inshallah जब हम इस चीज से निकल के भी बाहर, मतलब इंशाल्लाह होप तो यही है कि हम लोग निकल जाएंगे इससे. जब भी निकलते हैं इंशाल्लाह कोशिश यही करनी है कि we have a lot of these learnings with us कि कभी भी कुछ भी हो सकता है, and एक दूसरे का, like I said earlier, साथ नहीं छोड़ना. So yeah, that would be my parting remark.
Thank you, Ayesha. Thank you, Amanullah. आप लोगों ने बिल्कुल सही से इसको sum up किया कि we have to be more compassionate, and we really hope that the world after COVID-19 is far more compassionate. Yeah, we focus on shareholder value, but we also focus on what we're giving back to the society. This is of immense importance. And one other thing that I think we need to do is we need to understand the essence that speed. आपने कितना तेजी से अपने आप को adapt करना है. कोई भी change आएगी तो whatever plans that you used to make, हम भी ऐसे करते थे, साल के पहले मैं strategy बनाई फिर पूरा साल वो चलानी है. Perhaps that won't even work for a month now. So whatever strategy and plan you make, go revisit it, go challenge your opinions, challenge your views, and then see what happens. So thank you for your time. I'm hopeful कि हमारे viewers को ये अच्छा लगा होगा, and if they have any questions, they can leave it in the comment section and we can speak about them again sometime later. Thanks, Ayesha. Thanks,
Absolutely.
Amanullah.
Thank you so much, Maheena. Take care. Take care.
Take care.